Hi, welcome to another NTLC Teaching Tips video. This video is part 2 of our series, What to Do in the Class When You Don't Lecture. This video focuses on productive strategies you can use in class. Now, let's take a look at these and get into it. Remember, the basic scenario is that you assign something, students perform an activity, ask for reports on their results, and while they're working, you walk around and talk to them. In addition, remember, we talked about techniques and assignments in part 1. So a couple of techniques would be think, pair, share, the 1-minute paper, and asking questions. Now, in this video, what we'll talk about is joining think, pair, share, or 1-minute paper with asking questions. What we're going to look at is a series of ways that you can devise questions you could ask. So first one is ask students learning process questions. The 3 things listed here, prior knowledge, manipulating, and reflecting, are standard ways in which people learn. Usually they have to go through all steps of this process. So devise questions about your topic for the day that would deal with one or more of these particular processes. Okay, let's go on. You could have students follow some kind of experiential learning cycle. This is a famous one from Kolb, but notice that what you can do is have people do or have an experience, or they can reflect, or they can conclude or plan or try something out. Now, again, you devise the kind of question you want to ask or the activity, and you put it somehow in the experiential learning cycle. You don't need to tell students that they're in the experiential learning cycle. All you have to do is figure out which part of it you're going to emphasize, and then you can see what to do next. You could ask taxonomy questions. Now, these are roughly based on Bloom's taxonomy and in the recent revision of it, but factual questions are basic questions, but then you can ask conceptual, procedural, and metacognitive questions, all of which would allow you to make students manipulate data in a way that they wouldn't if they just sat there and listened to you. Yet another way is that you can have students practice disciplinary moves. Now, this is something that originated in history. And a history professor decided he would focus his class not on so much on information, but on students doing what historians do. So he asked them to evaluate sources, make inferences, and so on. This particular approach would work with any discipline. What is it that experts in your field do? Ask your students to do that. Have a think, pair, share, a 1-minute paper, or some other kind of activity. So here's a couple of references that you could take a look at to read further. There's plenty out there on active learning or interactive lectures, which are the 2 things we're actually talking about here. So I urge you to get involved with this kind of thing. I think your students will enjoy it.